The Book of Genesis, Chapter 14, from the Sunday School Bible. Copyright 2025, the Sunday School Bible, LLC. All rights reserved. Chapter 14, 2084 BC. 5 kings against 4 kings. War came to pass in the days of the following 4 kings: Amraphel, the king of Shinar; Arioch, the king of Elasar; Chedorlaomer, the king of Elam; and Tidal, the king of nations. These 4 kings made war with the following 5 kings: Bera, the king of Sodom; Birsha, the king of Gomorrah; Shinab, the king of Admah; Shemeber, the king of Zeboim; and Zor, the king of Bela. All these kings came together in the valley of Siddim, the Salt Sea, also known as the Dead Sea. They served King Chedorlaomer for 12 years. In the 13th year they rebelled. In the 14th year came King Chedorlaomer and the kings who were with him. They struck the following tribes and clans: Raphaims in Ashtaroth Karnaim, Zuzims in Ham, Emans in Shavah Kirathaim, and Horites in Mount Seir to El Paran, which is by the wilderness. They returned and came to En-Messap, which is Kadesh, and attacked the country of the following tribes that lived in Hazazon Tamar: Amalekites and Amorites. Then the following 5 kings joined in battle in the valley of Siddim: king of Sodom, king of Gomorrah, king of Admah, king of Zeboim, and king of Bela. The following 4 kings went to the valley of Siddim to fight against the 5 kings: Chedorlaomer, the king of Elam; Tidal, the king of nations; Amraphel, king of Shinar; and Arioch, king of Elasar. The valley of Siddim, also the valley of the Dead Sea, was full of slime pits. The king of Sodom and the king of Gomorrah fled and died there. Those who remained fled to the mountain. King Chedorlaomer and his allies took all the food and supplies of Sodom and Gomorrah and departed. King Chedorlaomer and his allies also took Abram's nephew Lot and his goods, who lived in Sodom, and departed. However, one person escaped and told Abram the Hebrew what had happened. At that time, Abram lived in the plain of Mamre the Amorite, the brother of Eshcol and Aner, Abram's close associates. When Abram heard that his nephew was taken captive, he armed 318 of his trained servants who had been born in his house and pursued them to Dan. Abram divided his servants against them and attacked them at night. Abram pursued them in Habal, which is on the left side of Damascus. Abram brought Lot back to Sodom with all of Lot's goods, women, and people. When Abram returned from the slaughter of King Chedorlaomer and his allies, the king of Sodom went out to meet him in the valley of Shaveh, which is the king's valley. Melchizedek, king of Salem, the priest of God Most High, brought forth bread and wine. Melchizedek, king of Salem, blessed Abraham and said, "Blessed be Abram of God Most High, the possessor of heaven and earth. And blessed be God Most High, who has delivered your enemies into your hand." Abram gave Melchizedek, king of Salem, tithes of all recovered items. The king of Sodom said to Abram, "Give me the people whom you returned, and take for yourself all the goods you returned." Abram said to the king of Sodom, "I have raised my hand to the Lord, the God Most High, the possessor of heaven and earth, that I will not take anything from a thread to a shoe latchet, and that I will not take anything that is yours. Otherwise, you might say, I have made Abram rich. The only exception is what the young men have already eaten, and the portion of food for the men who went with me, Aner, Ashkar, and Mamre.